Hey, what are you doing here? It's over. No, actually, it's just starting. How y'all doing? I'm getting used to this night streaming stuff. So I'm always happy to have at least one viewer here, getting some extra packs. And I know there's many things going on. Lots of people are trying to get their final drops on the mothership. Always great. I'd always be that conflict of, you know, getting all your drops on the mothership. But it's EVC in New York City, EVC at NYC 2. I liked it so much I had to name it twice. There you go. That's why there's a 2. Yeah, something like that. Let's see the stream open for another 20 hour and 25 minutes. It is never dull. Like Clockwork Gang. 7 p.m. You got to get there. An hour and 38 minutes going. I wonder how long he'll go until he raids everybody over. But we'll hang out. How your theme teams doing? We're going to be talking about theme teams tonight on the channel. While we wait for everyone else coming in, let me continue to hydrate here and let's play in the game. I just think I finished on the Dodgers theme team, the first level of the Dodgers to unlock Bob Welch. So might as well go in there and finish this up, shall we? While we're waiting for everyone to show up. And let's see what we got here. So there we go. We're going to lock it all up. Get ourselves some Bob Welch on the team. Add to our packs that we've got going on here. Oh, yeah, we're getting some Twitch drops coming in. There are the Twitch drops coming in this morning. Did I not get Twitch drops tonight? What's going on with that? I am not. What? I was pretty sure I was getting Twitch drops. Be going somewhere else? Egads. Oh no. My official drops did not come in. Nighttime stream's perfect for you, Nick. Yeah, I know, trying to do the theme teams all over the place, trying to keep things going. So we're gonna do some of this, but I have totally messed up, and for some reason didn't get all my drops for my main. I'm very unhappy. So get rid of some theme team stuff going through. So we just added. Well, that's a bummer. I am unhappy. But Bob Welch coming in on the squad. Let's go take out the Dodgers theme team. Excuse me here. Let's go take a look at how this pitching staff is doing. We are going to look at our chemistry. We're going to look at our team chemistry here. And again, 94%, which is not bad. You have 2 teamers in your rookie league? I was wondering, Inertia hasn't actually gone through and said he's in yet. Bob Welch, 526 points. If I can add him in on the theme team. Let's go take a look at the pitching. And who's pitching horribly? So let's go take a look at. I like to look at the relievers here, and everyone's kind of ho-hum. I think it's time for Ken Brett to go, though. Yes, Ken Brett's going out. So here we go. In the roster management, we're going to take Ken Brett out. Get Bob Welch in there. There we go. Who's that? Nazbase, how you doing? Thanks for coming over. So many interesting things going on, right? How you doing, man? I'm telling you. I didn't get all my drops. For some reason, I don't know why. I was sitting and watched Dr. D the entire time, and I didn't get drops. Anyway. Nazbase, I didn't watch all your stream today. Did you finish getting your team? You're slowly making dinner. Excellent. Excellent. Let's get this pitching staff set up here for the Dodgers theme team. We got Bob Welch in here. Let's let the bench coach figure out the staff. There we go. Bob Welch starting the next game. Tyler Glasnow, not so good in his first start. Excellent. So now, NASBase, the next step is going in to the Discord channel and going to the add a theme team to it. Add my theme team. Can I show that? I think I can show that. Let me see if I can show that. How you guys all doing? I know, a whole 7%. It's kind of nuts. And now I can't get that to work. So I went back down, I think. I think by moving some people around, I went back down. So I'm at 95% on the chemistry now. Bob Welch, 504 points there. The throwback, Tom Paciorek, is the one that basically didn't help us on that one. He's the one that didn't work. But the Guerrero, I don't know if you guys saw this. I ended up getting the Combinator Guerrero. Oh, nice. Yeah, when you add it in NASBase, it'd be great if you put the link to your player universe. So everyone knows. But anyway, kind of fun stuff. So yeah, to get one in the choice pack that works for the team end up being a Combinator is kind of insane. So I'm super ecstatic about that. I didn't know that it was going to be a Combinator. It didn't show itself in the choice pack to be a Combinator. I just knew I'm going to get Guerrero. And then when I looked, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, the list would be great if you've got the list. Like you have a chance to put your theme description in on the form, and when you do that, you can just put the URL to the list. If there's a URL, if it's a Google Doc, if people can like view it and look at it, we can do that offline. Ping me if you want to, but that anyone who looks at your theme can click on it and say, oh, here's all the people that play for his theme, because it is an esoteric list, but it's a great list. Should be fun. It's gonna be hard to do, I think, early on. But if you guys don't know NASBase, he does a lot with the Pro Baseball Experience. I've got a player in there this year, and you can join and make a player as well. Join him on the Discord over there. And he's doing all retired players, and so every player can be rendered to look like a major league player. So anyone who's retired, their rendering is a player that's eligible for his squad. So there are some good players on that list. Just saying. So yeah. So I don't know. I totally screwed up on my drops for the mothership tonight. I don't know what I was doing, but obviously nothing good. It's nothing new. So how you guys doing? What are you guys all up to? How is it treating you so far? There's a lot going on in Perfect Team. I tell you, I cannot keep on top of everything. There's just so many slots. There were 2 sets of drops. I was looking at my transactions though, and I have 0 drops. So yeah, I don't know what I did wrong. I did something wrong. I'm pretty sure I did something wrong. And yeah, so we're getting set. I'm still trying to figure out how to cover all the different tourneys going on, to get into tourney slots because they get filled up so much. The whole group popped up afterwards. You haven't even started entering tournaments and perfect tracks yet? I know, it's like the pressure to keep up is so huge. And I cannot, there's so many cards that look similar and I can't get used to the new cards. So I've just been trying to get in those big bronze tourneys and big iron tourneys and the gold tourneys and just trying to learn what cards are performing well. Yeah, it is. If you're still playing 24 and doing this, it's a lot. It's a lot. I got to take down. I tell you, man, I just looked at Dr. Dynastic's streaming schedule, and it's Huge. Everyone's coming in a second. You're still waiting for a perfect track pop-up to finish? Yeah, it's hard to pay attention to all of them. And I see that Dr. Nasik is now playing spoons to extend the drops. Holy cow. Did you see the main channel got to 770 people tonight? 795 at one point. That's insane. That is probably one of the big jumps in. So when they come in, I'm gonna get them right into theme teams, explain what the heck theme teams are. So thank you all for being here before everybody else. We're getting our pregame on here, getting myself hydrated. And holy cow, there are, again, 600, at least 600 coming in. So, yowza. What else can I tell you guys? It's just going to be, hold on for one more day. That was not a fun game to watch. That was not a fun game to watch on that. You get 2 choice backs every 12 hours because no one else is playing the tourneys. It is nice. There is some fun with that. Oh, wow. So much fun. So here we go. Guys, welcome in. It's EVC and NYC. Everybody, thank you, Dr. Diastic. Thank you, OTP Developments, for coming in. It's great to have you all here on a Monday night. This is our new time slot. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the follows. Get yourself your drops. Wee woo, indeed. It's EVC and NYC. Ricky, thank you for the follow. Dr. Dynastic, thank you so much for bringing everybody over. You know, those silky smooth tones of Dr. Dynastic calling those games. Thank you, Spurtle Paw, Pacific Northwest. How you doing? Beetle Boy, was he playing spoons at the end? Because I didn't have the audio on. I wasn't sure if there was audio on when that was happening. So, you know, I wasn't sure. I know you requested to play spoons to extend a little bit longer. I did something dumb, and for some reason, I didn't have drops going. Vampire Squirrel, thank you so much for the follow. You know, it's so crazy. There's so many people coming in. Thank you, Norgar, for coming in on the follow. And it's EVC evening. Our new time slot on Mondays is now after Monday Night Baseball. And Magnum PII. I like that name. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being all here. It is crazy. It is crazy. The follows just keep on coming. Thank you so much. When did I become a perfect card? I need to upgrade now for a new perfect card. So it's great. I got to update to OPTV 25. Just like Dr. Dynastic had to update his image in the background, I got to update my little frame here. Thank you so much for the follows. I've always been perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Kegleg. Yes, I got to get a good 25 border on it. So we're going to get that going pretty soon. But guys, thank you for coming in. If you're new to OTP, baseball has been very, very good to me. It is true. If you're new to OTP, you've probably been hearing this thing about theme teams. So tonight I'm going to talk about theme teams. Thank you for watching 3 streams in a row, Cavicom. Always great to have you here, my friend. But let's go talk about this. Let's go do this. It's EVC in NYC. I usually have the sounds of New York City. Luckily for you, not the smells. And we do this thing called theme teams. And let's talk about theme teams, right? So all of you are playing Out of the Park 25 now. And if you don't know this, I'm here to tell you, it is not about Kava. I want to tell you that you can make, now as you've purchased Out of the Park 25, if you don't realize this, and it took me 6 months when I first played this game before I realized this, or maybe 3 months, but still, you can make 3 different perfect teams with your 1 license. So if your email address currently is jimunknown@gmail.com, you can just add a plus, jimunknown plus OOTP@gmail.com and create another account. Then you can create another account, jimunknown plus TTC, which is Theme Team Crew, @gmail.com. And all these emails will look like different emails to OOTP. but they will all come into your same email box. You don't have to chase down multiple email accounts to get into something. If you need to find details about how this works, if you want more details, here is a link. There's the link in chat. It's a Gmail link and telling you how to do that. And you can also go through this. Yahoo does something similar. Most of the big email services has a very similar thing. So this is a great thing. You can make multiple theme teams. Now, yes, you can also use periods as well as pluses. So periods or pluses, multiple ways to go. That link I just shared with you allows you to go through and figure out how to do that. Thank you, Extreme UW, for the follow. The followers just keep coming, which is awesome. Great to see so many. I have not seen the OOTP channel with 790 something users at one point tonight, Doc. Kind of insane. Great to see that. In the pandemic, we got almost to 1,000. So to see that in PT25's launch is freaking awesome. Very excited for that. So again, these are the details. So what, pray tell, would you do? Yes, you could. It's the same thing. You just create different accounts and all goes to the same email account, which is awesome. And then what could you do? Well, you can play Perfect Team in multiple ways. There's so many different ways to play. You can pursue Perfect League, win the championship, go in and get the Perfect League, which will be built in 2 or 3 weeks, and go after that wonderful hunk of lucite, the champion trophy that you get for winning the Perfect League, being the best perfect team of all. You could also go make a theme team, a subset of players you like to play with, your favorite franchise, your favorite players going up. So all sorts of different ways of kind of doing it. And then OOTP Go comes out in a couple weeks. You can even put a different email address on that one and create a 4th account. So you can make a lot of different 10 stream streak. Nice going, Roman a day, Twitch. You can make a lot of different ways to play. And you can even, one of those theme teams, one of those perfect teams, you can do, Laptop Hounds got a PAX only league. You'll see those teams out there with the ending PCK. Theme teams have a TTC. Okay, so what is a theme team? You're asking, what is a theme team? Since you're new here, you just figured this out. A theme team is a set of cards you love to play with. It can be your favorite franchise, an era of all-stars, players born in a specific state or country, or even just players named Bob. The possibilities are endless. This community is crazy, crazy creative and coming up with different themes. But Hugh Jennings, congratulations on your Baltimore theme team. Nice going, Cito. That's freaking awesome. Congratulations. You know, it's always fun to get new cards and to get Hugh Jennings like that right out the gate. That's awesome. And something for your theme team is amazing. The key is to have fun and learn about players' cards within a specific constraint. The interesting thing about this is I play with a subset of cards. It could be different level cards. And once you learn those cards and play with them in League, now you know when you see a perfect draft which cards to go after. If it's about your favorite franchise, you can learn all this about... Oh, PAX only is so hard. It's insane. You can't. I know. I'm the same way. No worries. We'll keep on running on pack rips here. Get as many packs as you can. So there's just so many different fun ways of learning about teams, about the Negro Leagues. I've learned a lot about Negro League players. I've learned a lot about old franchises. I've learned about a lot of players who played for my favorite franchise. I am a Dodgers fan. I am crushed by tonight's Game 1 of the 2025 World Series that Dr. Dynastic was doing on the mothership on Monday Night Baseball. So I'm sort of not looking forward to the next series, Shohei getting shelled there in Game 1. But hey, you know, it's the future. Got to worry about now. So again, we've been doing theme teams now. This is our 4th year of doing theme teams and putting leagues around them. So you create your theme team that you want to do, and then we get together in leagues. We last year had 264 different theme teams running in Perfect Team. 229 the year before, 78 the first year we started doing this. We had 189 different managers compared to only 52 a couple years ago. And we had 150 different theme teams ending up winning a championship at some point during the PT24 cycle, everywhere from rookie all the way up to diamond. We did have some diamond winners. We did have some theme teams that got into the Perfect League this year. So, great. I cannot wait to see everyone's theme teams. Again, more and more people are winning, more people coming through. It's exciting to watch, and I love this community. You guys make so many interesting things. So here's how it works, okay? Again, we've already got 37 teams, and they're growing. People are getting their theme teams this week. this coming week we'll start getting into leagues. Right now we've got about 37, but I've already seen there's like 4 pages, so there's easy 80 theme teams out there and more being built every day. Again, you can make multiple theme teams. You might call us a clan, maybe. Oh, if there were only clans, or a guild maybe, or something. Machipet's going to be compliant this week with his Midwest League alumni theme team. It's hard being in a theme team early on, but getting all your cards for your theme. Again, we've got favorite people doing franchises, people doing some multi-franchises for franchises with not a lot of history. Geolocations, I'm about a geographic area where they live. Player names, we'll talk about that in a bit. A clan, you say. Teammates, there's a special thing. If you go to baseballreference.com/oracle, you can find all the players who ever was a teammate of your favorite player and create a team just like those. So tons of different ways that you can do that, which is a lot of fun. Players born in Europe, but give it time. You don't have to do it right away, but it's something you could potentially do. There's definitely some early Scottish baseball players in the 1880s, and of course players from the Netherlands and all over the place. We've got some people doing some international. Uniform numbers is something that cropped up starting last year, and that's been kind of fun. And birthdays. We'll talk about all these different types of themes that go through. How do you play? Who played who? This is where you go. Let me see if I can type it into chat. Baseballreference.com/oracle. And I can even show you a little bit of that a little bit later. But if you go to that site, you'll be able to go through, click through, and then there's a little area there where you hit 2 different players you can select. One different player that has Babe Ruth as default. Change that out, and you can see all the different teammates of some player. It's an interesting way of a list and helps a lot. I did a Rickey Henderson themed team last year. All the teammates of Rickey Henderson. Again, someone who played lots of years, played lots of different teams. This year with chemistry, you may want someone who stayed a long time with one franchise. So it's kind of fun. So how to get started? Again, to kind of make it easy, how to get started in theme teams? 1, find something you're passionate about, some kind of theme that's interesting to you. There's a ton of different themes that you can go through and try. And we're happy. You can join us in the Discord. People have a lot of ideas in our Discord, but join the Discord. That's number 2 on the list, right? And here is the link to the Discord so you can go through and get in our Discord. There we have tons of tools to help you build your team. And then when you build your theme and get it to 26 players that meet your theme constraints, again, it can't be the best players in the game. This is not PAX only. PAX only is something Laptop Hound is doing. This is just a subset of other type of things. Scoot to Chard, thank you so much for following the channel. Then you go to the Add My Theme Team channel and just fill out a couple different questions. I will take that and add it to the overall friends list. Add TTC to your team name. And then make sure you do this. I will show you in a second, a little bit more detailed. Go to league placement settings in the settings and change it from random to use friends list. What is a friends list? A friends list is a list of all the people that are in the league at your specific level, and then you'll be able to add them in. I'll show you that in a second as well. And that's really what you do every Sunday night. Just update your friends list, and that way we keep together in leagues. So this is kind of how it works as you're going through. And again, some visual tips. One of the key things is when you're making a team, again, you want to make your team and you want to give it put the TTC in there. But in the settings channel, right, you're on the main channel, like Perfect Team, main channel, you have all these, click on settings. You will come into this here and you'll see right here that there is a league placement settings section with a pull down. It's by default randomly. You're randomly placed in leagues. Instead, use friends list, and it will try to make matches based on who you have friends, and if they friended you back, then they'll try to place you all together in the same league. And it's kind of fun to go through, and we compete again on different levels of leagues, everywhere from rookie all the way up to diamond. We have theme teams getting together every week and playing a league, and we kind of crown a champion each week in each of these different levels. So it's a lot of fun. The other thing that's helpful for me, because I'm going through and trying to tell the story and figure out whoever's theme is over here in the, if you don't use the forums, put in a description of your theme right here. The great thing about that is when I roll over your team, you'll see that in parentheses, so I'll know what your theme's about. So for example, the Brothers is all players who played with Dan Brothers. in his career from 1879 to 1904. So that's kind of a way of doing that part, okay? So those are two things on the settings screen you can change. And then the friends list. You're going to go into the overview, and then go into Perfect Team Universe. And under the universe, Perfect Team Universe, you'll see a managers and rankings. And if you put in TTC into that, you'll see all the different theme teams that are available. And then on Sunday, you're going to choose and just click on a friend here. You can add up to 30 friends, because there's only 30 people in the league. Add 30 people as friends. And then, again, I'll ping everyone on Sundays when the news list is available. So on Sundays, you'll get a look at this wonderful thing called the friends list. And the friends list will show you everyone that's together in a specific league. And so if I'm going to be in rookie next week, I'll know I want to add these teams, all these rookie teams, so I can get in the league. But again, there's promotions and relegations that happen on Sundays. So I will update this with who's going to be in what league level on the Sunday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock-ish. The list should be available. I'll ping you from the Discord. And you just go up and update your friends list. And that's really all it is to it, to get in the league and get us tied together each week. And then, again, that sheet I just showed you, you can see it all here. This is the link to the new PT25 list. And you think I got an arm in a sling? It's just a thing. And so that's it. And then every Monday. So this time next week, we're going to go through and show you the 2024 champions of this week's Theme Team Leagues. But we celebrate the Theme Team champions every Monday. And there has to be at least 2 different managers in your league. Now, this last week, the friends list was not used. It's not turned on when they originally create all the leagues from start. But this coming Sunday, the friends list will be activated and we'll be getting ourselves together in teams. So if you're in the PAX only league, or if you're in the TTC theme team league, the reason we didn't get in leagues really together this week is because they weren't using friends lists in the initial creation of the universe of leagues. Now, starting forward, we'll have that going forward. So, and then we'll celebrate all the winners. These are the winners in the 2074 from last season, and some of the different theme teams that won. And again, join us in the Discord if you'd like to get in. I'll be in a little bit later to give you access rights and everything, but it gives you some of these different ideas in here. Do you know anybody at Konami? And then next Monday night will begin, like I said, the 2024 postseason in this hour right after Dr. Dynamic. I always call him Dr. Dynamic. Sorry. Dr. Dynastic doing Monday Night Baseball. Thank you, Star Wars fan, for watching 5 streams in a row. Always appreciate you guys. Let's move along. Now, since we don't have playoffs from last week, because it's the first week, a little feature we do is the roll call. New theme teams are added every single week. We like to highlight some new theme teams, show off everyone's creativity, which is a lot of fun. And it's a little interesting intrigue this year. We've got chemistry going through. So let's go take a look at some of the theme teams that are getting started in this cycle. And our first one we're going to do is Nick Waddick, who was here first. I think you were the first one in the chat today, actually. And his Yonkers Yankees has to have New York Yankees on the card. So here's an interesting thing, right? You can do a Yankees franchise. You can do 2 different ways of doing a franchise. And again, you can decide how creative or how full you want to do it. The Yankees have been around for a long time. So you can always say, well, anybody who ever played for the Yankees, I know, Nick. Anyone who ever played for the Yankees, or like Nick's doing, has to be New York Yankees in the card. So you see every single card is New York Yankees. So just because, I can't think of someone, maybe we get a Garrett Cole that was on the Pirates or on the Astros. If that card comes in the game, Nick can't play that one. He just has to be New York Yankees on the card, right? So that's just a different way of playing. And you can play as wide as you want or as release as you want within that universe, right? Generally, you want to have, like, think about when you're making a theme, how broad is the number of players that can play in my theme? You don't want, 1,000 players available. You want it closer to like 500 or so players in your universe, maybe a little bit even less than that. So he said, even Iron, he said, I don't have enough Yankees. He said, well, you got to just get some Yankees. He said, but even the Yankees Iron cards are overpriced. But he did. He's the only person over 14% chemistry, as you can see. His biggest chemistry driver is Giancarlo Stanton. 486 points driving that total number. Again, if you're new, there's a new chemistry thing depending on the teammates that you have. Twins, that would be a fun one. A uniform number 1, like 4, 14, 24, 34, 44, like the 4s, 4 men on. I don't know. Thinking of a good theme team name, but definitely would be a fun way of doing a theme. And you got a draft with 13%. Nice. Who can have the highest draft? Like, what's the highest draft chemistry you guys have seen? Now, we don't know what a chemistry boost actually changes yet. I have not figured out any way of actually modeling that, so it's always an interesting thing to kind of figure out. You made the four of fours? 4 for 4s? I like it, Captain Kegleg. It's a fun way of playing. So, again, lots of different ways. If you've got different themes, throw them out ideas. It's always fun. You had one in the high teens the other night. Nice. It's hard to get a draft going with a lot of things. But, again, there's certain teammates that play together. If you can get the I don't know if it's a rookie version, but the Kike Hernandez and an Austin Barnes in some draft, like in bronze area. Those two players played 8 years together. Or the Justin Turners as well. There's some combos that you just know, right, that have long time together. There's some other franchise or city-specific theme teams coming in. The large logos of ASMR Crossing. And I have to say, I was like, the large logos? How is this a Giants theme team? And I was like, oh, Giants, large. Got it. It's giant logos. They're large. Took me a while. I'm slow. You'll find that out as you watch my streams. Cards that have the logo of the San Francisco Giants on them. So it has to have the San Francisco Giants logo. No New York Giants logos allowed. So San Francisco Giants logos are fair game for ASMR Crossers theme team this year. Captain Kegleg. Players who've been ejected from a game more than once. There are some lists somewhere. I don't know if I can find one in Baseball Reference for that. Statsmonger is back for the 3rd year in a row with his Stargell Stars, players who played for Pittsburgh area professional teams, the Pirates, the Crawfords, the Grays, etc. Always a fun theme team. Always good to see Statsmonger back here doing theme teams. New this year, Sapimi, last year did the Montreal Royals, all players who played for the Montreal Royals franchise. Many early Dodgers played for that franchise. A lot of people went through there. This year he's going a little bit more. He's in the Quebec area. For all those Canadians out there, he's got the Quebec Carnivals. All players that have played, managed, or were baseball executives in the province of Quebec. So that one's starting up. Always kind of fun stuff. The Toccoa Redlegs are back with their all-time Cincinnati Reds. Daddy Tiger is back with that one as well. So a lot of different things. Barry Batcher's Royals 85 Now will be back, and I will be adding the I-70 theme team as well. All teams, players who play for teams that are along the I-70 highway. Another fun. The interstates are big this year. Toccoa is an elder statesman in the TTC. This is like a 3rd year, I think, of the Toccoa Redlegs as well. The Sandwich Futures are back. I always enjoy this theme team because it's creative. Based on, now I'm going to mess it up, the TV series. Anyway, Sandwich Futures are all players in the primary lineup in the rotation spell out a popular sandwich. Futurama, thank you. In the past, 2 years ago it was last year was tuna salad on rye. 2 years ago it was roast beef sando. And this year you'll see it spells out patty melt. Fries. So patty melt and fries are here. And you're making patty melts this week for dinner? I like a good patty milk. Did you have to say Belgian Brothers eventually come back? Yeah, building the pack economy is a thing to make these things work. TVC chips. So he says the biggest choke points are probably going to be the Y, currently being held by Yoan Moncada, in the lineup, and the I in the rotation right now being held by Ivan Nova. There are not a lot of great I pitchers. Like last year, it was like Ishmael Valdez. So we need some more I pitchers. Still, he said it's better than waiting for a UL Washington all last year, only to have him part of the starting set this year. So always kind of a fun thing to go through and again see the patty melt fries running this year for our sandwich futures. Never dull. Great to see that. More player name theme teams. Just some other theme teams that are coming in. We got the San Juan Jimmy Jacks. Player name John, Jim, or Jack, or variations. New theme for Rabbit Jack, back on his second year here in the theme team universe. Oh, Ian Snell, that's right. I forgot about Ian Snell. That did work later on. I got the EVCs, EVC, TTC. You'll be hearing way too much of that if you watch my streams. It's all players whose last names start with either E, V, or C. I did first names last season. We're doing last names this season. That's confusing because you would think last was last season and first would be this first season we're doing. But no, I did first during the first season, and I'm doing last during this season, not last season. Cole Reagans has been announced as the Royals opening day starter. You would expect that. And Bullman UGA is in with his Springfield Isotopes, players who share a name with the character on The Simpsons. So again, exactly Captain Kegleg. So always a fun one to seeing different Simpsons characters come to life on Bullman UGA's theme team, coming back again with his Springfield Isotopes for a second year. Some New Year influenced theme teams. We've got the 1972s by Fussmucker. Fussmucker, who brought us... I need to hydrate. Thank you. Whew. Yeah, Garrett Crochet is the White Sox opening day starter. Wow. It's got to be so not happiness to be a Chicago White Sox fan watching Cease walk away. I'm sorry, man. 1972s by Fussmucker, the man who brought you guys named Todd and guys not named Todd, all based on the Carlin routine last season, is now bringing 1972s players who were active in MLB during and in the 1972 season. Players do not have to reflect 1972, they just have to have 1970 played during that year. So kind of a fun way to, again, if you know, in a certain year that means a lot to you, it's kind of a fun way to do that. Luis Robert Jr. is going to be the Mike Trout of the South Side. There you go. And 27 McCullough last year did Princeton Dead to Me, all players that were dead before he was born. And this year he's doing Princeton Alive to Me, all players still alive or were born after he was born in 1965. So there you go. Princeton Alive to Me being run this year. Not yet, Minerva, but they're coming. The Birthday Boys are in the house again, coming back another year. If they were born after 65 and dead now, I don't know. 27 McCullough, if you're here, that's a question that I don't know. So, the questions, you know, questions are good. Post them also in the Discord if you want to go through and tap these folks out. Always appreciate you guys asking questions. But always fun to see everyone's thing there in the Discord. Join us if you want to make a theme team. The Birthday Boys here. I know, it did get very dark. The Birthday Boys, all 26 players on the roster have to have a birthday in the month that the league play starts. So everyone who's on the roster as of this week have March birthdays. When April comes around, he's going to have to switch this entire roster off and put guys with April birthdays. So here are your Birthday Boys for March. Peaches Graham, Harry Lloyd, Brent Gates, Lou Blue, Ivan Calderon, Lee Mazzilli, Cesar Geronimo, Sean Dunston, Danny Muller, Billy Holland, Edgar Ehringer, Willie Keeler, Doc Ellis, Lou Fett, Valbert Nunez, Ralph Glaze, Ching Meng Wang, Fernando Rodney, Pedro Baez, Chad Cordero, Norm Branch, Ace Adams, Ron Kilmowski, and Rich Montalone. Happy birthday to you! It's a lot. This definitely is one of the themes with a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of maintenance. So hats off to Ramali, who continues to do this, going out another year in a row. But at least he's got the research done now, figuring out all the Birthday Boys. Again, this is something else you can find as well. If you are looking for this, Baseball Reference has some tools. Again, get in our Discord. We'll help you find tools for whatever kind of theme you're trying to do. Possible theme players who were traded away from the Pirates. Irates fans, fire sale, sell the farm, sell the team. Sell the team. Players traded away by the A's, the Pirates, and the Reds. Feels like a theme team. Sell the team TTC. There you go. Let's keep on rolling through. He said October was the best month. So Nick Braddock, I think you called it here. The October players better be good. They were. The October was the best month by record. 456 and 354 last season. 2 iron, 2 bronze, and 1 silver World Series in that one. And he made gold once in November and promptly went 42 and 100. And thus is the plight of theme teams. But this is the thing, right? You can compete with other theme teams at iron and at bronze. You don't have to go to Diamond League. You don't have to go to Perfect League. You don't have to go to Gold League even. Your team may have a plateau in silver or plateau in bronze. That's fine. There are other theme teams with similar plateaus that you can play against and still win championships. Again, it's a way to play with a subset of game of cards and enjoy what you're doing, right? So you still have to compete with cards you want to play with. It's a fun and different way of doing it. You don't have to do the missions. You just go out and sell things and buy the cards you want for your specific theme. So there's fun ways of doing it. A new one from Tom, also known here on Twitch as 10 Cent Brain. Tom has the Bob and Ken's Dream Team. Teammates of players involved with the broadcasting careers of Bob Uecker and Ken Hawk Harrelson. Kind of a fun one. We've done some things in the past. I know Don't Cut the D-Block Dragon did the players who went into broadcasting. I did as well, players who were in the booth, radio, or TV one season a couple years ago. It's also a fun way of kind of tying in your favorite announcers, like Dr. Dynastic doing Vince Scully, into making a theme team and finding players that go for it. But yeah, this is a fun theme. I agree, Nazbase. Kind of fun stuff. Cavicom, I'm not sure what you're doing with those bunk beds and sexiness in there. It's kind of scaring me now. Bullman UJ is also a big, if you don't know, kind of a Braves fan. And he's doing Larry Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Look at the unit on that Cavicom. Sorry. Larry's Wayne's World, it's teammates of Chipper Jones. He's got himself up to almost 75%. See who the big point person is on this one. 741 points for, guess who? Chipper Jones, because he's teammates with everybody. He better be the number 1 on the team. So Chipper Jones coming in, if you haven't seen his card, he's got a bronze 62 in the game right now. So there you go. It's not about Cava. You're right. You're absolutely right. The Manchester Manly Men of Minerva. Say that 6 times fast. Manchester Manly Men of Minerva. The Manchester Men of Minerva. I almost got it. Prominent mustachioed players, basically. It's all about the mustaches. And all these players apparently have a mustache. Everyone from Pedro Guerrero to Carl Pavano. And again, I love the new art in the game this year. Take a look at Charlie Eden there. I love that they put a mustache on him. I love that. Yes, this is a theme team that was originally done for a short time. It wasn't very long. Did you do it for a whole year? I don't remember. Tasuiji did the Manchester Manly Men. But at that point, they just had to have the name Man somewhere in their name. Was the Manchester Manly Men. This is all about the mustachioed men. The mustachios Manchester Manly Men. I am not doing the Garth wig, but thank you. Yes. So, it's an entertaining time to go through mustaches. I know Stashzilla was going to do one with all mustaches, and then he didn't have a chance to follow through. So this really is going to be our first mustachioed wonders. I'm sure Spencer Strider's on the way, or Raleigh Fingers is on the way. So it's going to be fun to see what kind of mustaches happen. And I'm hoping that we'll see these updates not only with the card that's added. Again, we have a place in our Discord where you can share what you've added in. But hopefully, you're waiting for Oscar Gamble. I'm hoping that you're going to show a picture of the player you added as well as we go forward. So, mustachios are Minerva. Minerva, you have a mustachio, right? A mustachio. A mustache. What's a mustachio? Is that like pistachios? Is it like when you get pistachios in your mustache? It's mustachios. I'm now second guessing the whole idea of mustachios. Is it a word? Who knows? Good luck, Minerva. It's going to be fun. Some more new theme teams coming through. Some multi-franchises. Sometimes when you're doing a franchise, like especially expansion teams. IBDBTU did a bunch of expansion teams, 1961 and forward teams that were expanded. And you have a much smaller universe of cards to play with. So sometimes you've got to put some things together. And then the West Coast is the best coast. I would think, though, and I think that's also true in Hawaii, Nazbase, if I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong. Because the east coast of Hawaii, at least the Big Island, gets rain all the time, and the west coast of Hawaii is much drier. So the West Coast is the best coast. It's Portland for Attica Online. Yes, the Portland Stags. Though any player cards from West Coast teams, Seattle, Oakland, San Francisco, and LA, and San Diego. So those are all the West Coast teams. So as long as LA, both Dodgers and Angels, it's going to have, I guess, not, is it not Anaheim? IBDBTU? I don't know if you're here, IBDBTU. But does it include Anaheim or just LA Angels? It could be pretty broad, so we'll see what that ends up being, because it's kind of like a Dodgers West Coast theme team plus other franchises. So we'll see. That's the one that feels like a little bit broader, but we'll see how that works out. Again, it's your theme. Have fun with it. As long as it's not all the best cards in the game, it's a subset. That's what we're talking about. Our good friend, one of the original OGs of theme teams who helped set up the server 4+ years ago, Doc Holliday, along with Jossman. Doc Holliday is back with his Tigers and Braves former players on the I-75 homers. Again, the interstates are going to be big this year. We got the I-70s, the I-75s, and I think we got Route 66 going. Snell, wait, back to the Padres? I'll believe it when I see it. Is that real news? Is that real news? Someone confirm. Is Hawaii biased, West Coast biased? Well, I'm saying the West Coast of Hawaii is really nice. Snell to the Giants makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I figured if that was going to happen, the Giants had money to spend. They needed starters. Your mind's on spring break? Well, congratulations and enjoy spring break. I'm hoping you don't have to do any projects or grading during spring break, Barry Basher. Great to have you in here as well as everybody else. Looking forward to your teams coming back this year. Let's see, it makes contact with the Pacific Ocean, so yes, it is West Coast. Like I said, it counts Alaska as well. The Anchorage Wheelers of the PBE. 2 years, $62 million with opt-outs. Interesting. I mean, that sounds like that's not a bad deal. I would do 2 years, $62 million. Graybill said he might card a second team, might go for a PT, not so elites, just players that had a perfect team card last year, so a lot of lives. So all the elites, that'd be interesting. Anyway, Doc Holliday has lived both in Detroit and Atlanta, hence the two teams being put together. Nice. Sundays with My Dad is a theme team of Baltimore Orioles, right? Captain Kegleg? When he used to watch Orioles games with his dad, he's only one player away from being compliant with his theme. Looking forward to having you in for the next week's Friends List. It's going to be awesome to have you in. Baltimore's with Red Sox. Thank you. I knew I was missing one. There are also eras of cards that you can do. So Cheese Truck is back. If you've seen the Cheese Truck, his images, his teams always have had cheese trucks on them. There were shiny cheese trucks 2 years ago. I can't remember last year's cheese truck, but the old-fashioned cheese trucks are in. First, he was going to do an Atlanta Braves theme, and then after doing some card shop research and some pondering, decided on an 1880s theme. Might be more fun. He's got a list of a lot of personal experience playing in the 1880s in the base game. Again, it's a fun thing you can do. Also, Euchrin does a lot of base game play in that era, in that dead ball and earlier. And figuring out the early roster has been fun. Some very wild batting and pitching stats for these cards. So again, everything from Chicken Wolf. Did they name him back Chicken Wolf again? Because I know they had taken the chicken off. Is it now back to being Chicken Wolf? Back in right field there. Otto Schomburg A lot of power with that card. It's a nice card. Bobby Lowe. If you see some pictures of Bobby Lowe, he looks a lot like Spore. And Jim Handybo. Handybo. What did he say? Handybo. Yes, that's Wall of Voodoo. And I'm on a Mexican Handybo. No. Every time I hear it. My daughter, when she was a young kid, used to sing Radabo, Radabo. She didn't know, she shouldn't say radio, she said Radabo. So I always see Handabo, I think of that, and there you go. Granac, good to see you. Yes, I'm going to feature you in a little bit here. So we've got some old-fashioned cheese trucks coming in, all 1880s players. Some other eras, I'm doing something similar. I'm doing the Brothers, all players who played during Dan Brothers' career from 1879 to 1904. Mike, your weekly cheese deliveries have fallen off. Yes, the old technology rolling along Highway 66 is not good. This is one just in from Bear Down Andy is back. He did do a colors theme last year, all players with players' names with colors in them. This year he's doing the transatlantic accents, all cards from the 30s and 40s. Now, I had to go look this up because I forgot what the transatlantic accent is, and it's really something that was kind of like an upper English kind of American speak that was done. George Plimpton, exactly. All these guys that drop the R's at the end of words, stress a letter T, like butter. Gonna have some butter with my T, and use long vowel sounds. Going to the party. Levioso. So anyway, you get the idea. So, but that was very popular with movie stars in the 30s and 40s, and that was called the transatlantic accent. So that's why that's the name of the team, and there you have the 30s and 40s cards that we'll be playing with. I have not seen someone do a theme team with the 30s and 40s, so I'm kind of excited to see what this looks like and what these players are. That's actually an era of cards I've never played with. It does sound like a Boston accent a little bit, but it's supposed to be more refined. No shade being thrown to the Boston accent of not being refined. I'm in New York. Anyway, so that's new. So more era-specific theme teams. There'll be more coming in. I know some are in the works. The Minnesota All-Time Twins, the first Senators and Twins theme team. Lin Q is back with this one. All Minnesota players. And his chemistry here, he's up to 49%, and his biggest player on this one might be George Oncala and Trevor Larnach. A lot of the lives coming through there. Played together for a number of years. Casablanca, the transatlantic shout out. I like it. Did anyone else notice that they got tomorrow's drops on the main channel and not today's drops? I don't know what I got. I don't know that I got any drops. I think I screwed something up today. It's always possible. Chess Safari, also a big PBE player. Been on a couple different streams in the past, etc. Is coming back this year. He's going to try to stick with one theme for the entire season. I'm so excited. Last year he had like 5 themes and he switched them every 3 weeks. Drops are drops. But the Possum Ridge Southpaws. So all players, left-handed pitchers, left-handed batters, and switch hitters. Righties not welcome. So it's all kind of fun. All lefties. We've had a couple switch hitters. Kip, I think, will be back with the Wichita switch hitters, with their all ambidextrous players. But these are all lefties. So there you go. What else do we got here? We've got the Ancient Mariners, another IBDB2U team. Past or present Mariners, players, coaches, or GMs, combined with ancient players from 1929 and before. So kind of a mix of some different things. He says, we're leaning on the ancient a little more than the Mariners, part of our theme for right now, but we're betting on GM relief pitcher Jerry Dipoto to help us fix that. Again, if you saw my stream from Saturday, we did some little diving down on players. We have a lot more irons. We have more than 1,000 more cards than we had at the start of Perfect Team last year. And Spore has really leaned in on the historic cards this year. So a lot more fun to play with That's why my brother's brothers actually, I was going to hold off on that theme for another month, and it's too much fun. It's too easy. There's so many different historic dead ball players to play with right now, so I thought I'd get that up and running. It's great to have fun with you. Garnack is back with his Route 66 Highwayman. It seems a little bit different this year, I think, but maybe I'm wrong. It's each player's birth location or the team on their card is found in the lyrics to the song Get Your Kicks on Route 66. Now, I thought it just had to be a city on Route 66, but it has to be in the song Route 66. A little bit of a change. So again, well, good singing song. If you were there for Laptop's 1,000th follower stream, I think that was it. I think he and I actually sang that song. Yeah. No, you know what? We didn't sing. We didn't do that, did we? We sang "I Was Everywhere." Yeah, that's the song we sang. Yeah, it's not pretty, and it's much better than we sang a couple Mondays ago. Last Monday, I don't know what we were singing last Monday, but put me in coach because it was not pretty. That was really not good. I didn't even know we were singing it. Anyway, good to have you back, Garnack. Looking forward to seeing this team. Looking forward to updates along the trip. Early on, expand Leviathan team would be tough. I agree. When you're doing a theme team, it's good to start a theme team with something that's fairly broad. An era, a franchise are easier to start with than getting very specific with like character names and your favorite movie franchise, etc. So think about that as you go through, because more cards in the database are more helpful to do some of those broader themes. But again, we get 1,000 more cards. It's like 25% more cards than we've had, or 33% more cards than we've had a year ago, which is crazy. And I'm trying to pace mine out too. Captain Keg is pacing his out. Separation anxiety. All players who played for the same team their entire career, coming back late April, early May. And we've got Tswiji, of course. We talk about multiple theme teams. If you're talking about multiple theme teams, Tswiji's got 5 all in already. Oh, nice. And Buzzard's coming to do Back to the Future again. Awesome. Yes, all 5 are in. Let's go through and look at all 5 franchises that Tswiji's already got running. Number 1, it's Keeping It Briefs. He is such a beast. Follow that man. He's just there with the emotes. Follow that man. If you subscribe to his channel when he streams on Saturdays, doing his Rockies on Saturdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you subscribe to him, he will make you uniforms. Ooh, Tswiji with some new emotes. Nice to see. Yeah, 2 years, 62 million, Nick. That's a decent contract with the opt-out. I'd do Snell for 31 million for 1 year. Why not? That seems like a good thing. So, last name must be 4 letters or less. I love the idea. I'm looking forward to seeing the playlist of last names with 4 letters or less. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. The Spell of Desperation from Snell, settling for just 2 years. Yes, I can. The Toronto Baseball Birds. Now, is Toronto something you guys say in Toronto? Tswiji, I'm really interested because I've never heard of the phrase Toronto before. But it's kind of like, just don't say it with the T, it's just easier. It rolls right off the mouth a little bit. Ooh, that smell. Sorry, I'm riffing in multiple places, which is what I do. That's how Ontarians say it. So that's all players with birds in the car. Then we have the teammates of Carlos Delgado, and this is King Carlos's Court, TTC. King Carlos's Court, TTC, teammates of Carlos Delgado. And then the International Caps, players who competed in a WBC. So allowing me to play him, some of his favorite Japanese players. We're just waiting for King Carlos himself to show up. Yes, Tswiji is the theme master. Again, you can see here the bevy of interesting themes, right? We're doing a name, 4 letters or less. We're doing what's on the card, birds in the card, multiple franchises. We're doing a teammates theme team. We're doing a team of players who played in the WBC. Again, really different themes, which gives you ability to play with a lot of different cards, which makes it kind of interesting. The more cards you play within the theme team, the more likely you know, oh, that card played well for me in my theme team. I can use it in a perfect draft, etc. The modern TTCs will be stronger this year since lives are more like historic in terms of quality. That should be interesting, actually. We'll see how long that lasts, you're right. And of course, number 5, back for the 4th year in a row, is the Bobcaygeon Bobs. All players named Bob. Bobby's okay. And you see he's got Bob Moose, Bob Turley, Bob Grimm, Bob Steele, Bobby Wallace, Bobby Hogue, Bob Lucy, Bob Friend. That's why we have Bob emotes in the channel, by the way. Use your Bob emotes. Bob Chikalis, Bob Duluba, Bob Forsh, Bob Bruce, Bob Baylor, Bob Jones, Bobby Dewar, Bobby Bonds, Bobby Estalea, Bobby Lowe, Bob Allison, Bobby Crosby, and Bob Melvin. So many Bobs. So many Bobs. It's not always true that early lives are always stronger versus historic than in the late cycle. I mean, it usually is. The Bobbity Bob Bobs. But these, usually they're pretty bad within a week or two. These feel like they're going to stay a little bit longer. But we'll see. Bobbin for apples. Bobbin for theme teams. He says it's rare for him to launch all 4 in one go, but that throwback pack was too tasty to pass up, especially for the Bobs in caps. And who was your Bob? Who was the Bob that was in the throwback pack? I'm trying to look now and look at the Bobs and figure out which one it was. It's Bobby Dewar. Were there 2 Bobs or only 1 Bob? Just 1 Bob, right? Bob's Bobathon. So again, always love it, and it's kind of a meme with us in theme team world, the Bobs, because Desweegi does the Bobs every year, and there are tons of Bob emotes and tons of theme teams by Desweegi. So this one was interesting. I hadn't seen this one, but our only uniform number theme team so far, 37 crabs in a trench coat. All players have a uniform number that ends in 7 or begins with a 30. Ends with 7, has a 7 in it, or begins with 30. Yes, Live 100's Diamonds Golds were always outclassed day 1 by their launch historical counterparts. That is true. Is that a meme from some show? You know what this is? This is AI. I said, I cannot think of how I'm going to do a crab in a trench coat. I said, AI, give me something. I put the 37 in there, but this came out. I have no idea what this is. 37 pops up everywhere for you, Great Scott. Well, Great Scott, I can send this to you. If you want to use this for your theme team logo, I can send it to you. But if you got something else in mind, go for it. I threw it in AI and this came out. So there you go. Yes, must have. Okay. Ping me later. Remind me so I can send it to you. It is an interest. It is a I don't know. It's freaking me out is what it's doing because it's in New York City. So anyway, you just use the Lakewood Blue Claws logo. Yeah, I mean, I was not that creative. I just said, okay, crab in a trench coat, hit me. Dan Trubs, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for 378. You're still hanging on an hour into this show. Again, this is usually going to be like an hour show on Monday nights that we'll do. The Bochis boys, McCadcar is back. He's doing theme teams again this year. It seems that your rats already wear trench coats, right? Where else would a crab need a trench coat but New York City? So the Bochy boys, players that either played with or played for Bruce Bochy. I love this theme. This is fun. This is fun. I think someone needs to do a Ron Washington theme as well. I think Ron Washington, playing in all the places he played, would be also a really fun one to do. So, you know, Braves, Angels. Was he on the Cubs? I don't know. As a fan, as a major fan, you approve of Bochy's boys. I think this is going to be a fun one. Again, you have 3 different franchises to pull from. 2 of them are expansion teams. But you're talking about an era of Bochy's career. And he did play, right? So he played, as well. So you can do whatever teammates of Bruce Bochy, and then you can go through and all the players who ever played for him when he was managing. And you might even be able to do some minor league players that played for him. So, this is kind of a fun theme. I haven't seen this one before, so shout out to Med Cadcar on this one. Oh, Yoda Bob has a Billy Martin theme in the wings. Nice. There's only, the problem is there's so many fun ideas, and there's only so much you can do to fund all these theme teams. And so you kind of have to, pace yourselves. Pace yourselves. Doing 5 at once is almost impossible to feed 5. I did 6 total last year, and it was painful at the end trying to keep them all in tourneys. And this year, there's so many tourney slots, it's insane. It's a way to do it. I mean, they can't spell, so it's always fun. You're funding your theme team by quitting your job. I don't recommend that. Plus, your better 3/4 knows me and knows where to get me, so please don't do that. Yo, Dodger Bob. The Bochy boys are a theme team coming in from Mad Cadcar this season. Looking forward to that one. Duplicate. Exclamation point professional. I was running around with my head cut off trying to get these all done today. There's a lot of theme teams, and I didn't get them all. I didn't get to everyone's theme team. So if I missed you, I apologize. I will try to add you in next week. We'll do this every part of Monday when we do the theme team playoffs. Look at you, all of you trying to put professional at the same time. I take it as a compliment. So many are professionalizing me. The Florida Georgia line. Neil Will's coming back. He did his 70s Brick Houses 70s theme team before last year or year before last. This year he's doing the Florida Georgia line. It's any players for Atlanta, Miami, and Tampa Bay. He says, maybe I should have named them the Live Miami Marlins since I have 19 of them. But he does have an 86.8% team chemistry. Sorry, hun. EVC told me I need to play more theme teams. Yeah. I told you how to do it at the beginning of the stream. Harry's clubs and cities this year. Harry's franchise includes Oakland, Philadelphia, Kansas City A's, and teams, including the Negro Leagues and players from St. Louis, Chicago, and Oakland. So wherever Harry Carey hung his hat and put his speaker up to his mouth, those teams and cities are included for Cubs Fan 23's Steve's theme this year. I'm not sure if the logo will be the same. I stole that logo from his Harry's clubs from last year. But cities is new, so a little twist from last year's theme. Cal's Ironman, only players who played between May 82 to 88. All the years he played. That's kind of fun. That's a fun one. 82 to 98. That's again, a 20-year swath is actually a nice era to play with. Yes, careers did start and end in that span. It's true. It's very cool, Captain Kegleg. That's a fun one. That's a very fun one. And Toys McColin, we had some questions about the Alive to Me. If the person was born, we had this before. Cal, of course, being the we had this before. Dead to Me is back for next week. 13 will be Havana. I'd like to buy a vowel in honor of Pat Sajak's last year hosting Wheel of Fortune. First or last name begins with a vowel. Oh, I like that one. Toys McColin. But we had a question. You had Alive to Me, and the question was posed: if the person was born after you were born, but died before you, do they still count if they're dead? Because do they have to be alive, basically? If someone was born after you but had a tragically short life and died, would they be considered on the theme? So Toys McColin, that was a question that was brought up by chat because chat got very dark. Because chat gets dark. It's after dark. It's EVC after dark. As long as they were alive since you were born, how long they were alive. So they don't have to be alive now, is what you're telling me. As long as they were alive since you were born. Okay. Wanted to check. These are, thank you, Captain Kegleg. Themes are turning morbid. Yes, Minerva, we've heard 2 years, 32 million, 2 years, 62 million, $31 million a year. Not, decent. Ezra Denny should be happy. Ezra Denny will be on later tonight. We have my theme team. Again, I'd pay Snell $31 million for a 1-year contract. He's going to opt out after 1 year. It's a good deal for the Giants, who unfortunately, I got to ask Ezra about this, but they're canning their PA announcer after many years. So that is a lot of blue. This is Dodger Blue Heaven on Earth. Blue Heaven on Earth are all players who played at Dodger Stadium 1962 to now, from Dodger Stadium open till today. And that's what Tom Lasorda used to call Dodger Stadium. Blue Heaven on Earth. I think I'm around 95%. I was just looking in the game now. We just added Bob Welch into the team. We finally did the first one. Unfortunately, Roy Campanella does not play for this team. Get the Paciorek out of there. Yeah, I will try to get it out at some point, but right now it's a good playing card. So yes, my Blue Heaven on Earth. And we're at 95.23%. So yeah, Tom Paciorek's stinking up the place. Bob Welch came in with 500 points for that. Did he actually win in his first start? Bob Welch, 7 1/3 innings of shutout ball, 3 hits, 2 walks, 9 Ks. Let's go. Let us go. McCollum, it may be true if the Dodgers got Snell for $31 million. But I'm happy with our offseason. I need more club lighting and rhythmic bass playing. Well, usually I get that in the sounds of New York. I usually get that just driving along the street, so I don't have to do too much. But Campanella, who's the next level up in the live missions, never played in LA. But you know, the themes are fun. This is fun. Again, this community is so creative, and showing off the creativity is what I was all here for. You thought it was the hot tub steam? No. No one wants that. The highest theme team chemistry so far was DA186's 94.3%. Did I beat him? I think I've beat him now. What was my chemistry? What was my chemistry here? Chemistry. 95.2. Yes! I'm looking forward. I want to see the first theme team to get to 100 on chemistry. We have no idea what the actual impact is, but it should be fun. So anyway, that was the highest that we've got. Mr. Black posted 95% on the OTP Discord. Nice. Yeah, we're up there now. We're up there at 95%. I had 98 something in the beta on the Dodgers kind of theme team I was doing. So guys, this is, again, just a smattering of the theme teams that we've got going in PT25. They finished the other sandwiches. We would love to have you in. We had over 250 teams in PT24. We'd like to exceed that number this year. Get in the Discord and join us. Again, if you want to make a theme team, want to get in, it doesn't have to be super creative. Just do your favorite franchise and start from there and see what it's like to play it. And see the joy of learning about your favorite franchise, players that play for your favorite franchise. Legends of Dodgertown sounds cooler. I agree, Minerva, but Dodgertown was like where both Brooklyn and LA went for spring training, and LA's kind of moved now to Arizona, so I don't know. Great, when you're compliant, submit it. Looking forward to it. Again, choose your favorite franchise to start with, or favorite player, or just guys named Bob, or we got a Jim, I don't know, maybe Steve's. There's not that many Steve's, actually. But get in leagues, and again, you can get to whatever level you think goes. You can show the slide with the many steps to submit a theme team. I can in just a moment. I will do that. A theme of Eric's. I've got the EVCs going. We play playoff recaps every Monday stream, call-ups and features of winning teams, tools to help you build your teams, and friend list updates every Sunday evening. And again, these are some of the winners from last year. Let me go through and switch back to that slide, because I've gone through a lot of slides here, and I'll show you those steps. And it's pretty easy. The first one is join us in the Discord, but find something you're passionate about. If you've come up with a theme that you like, then that's awesome. And here's the list. Here is the list. So come up with something you're going to be passionate about. Join the Theme 2 crew in Discord. Again, exclamation point Discord will get you in there. Justin times all Justins. There's not that many Justins, though. We've got then build the team. We've got tools to help you research who might be for your theme. We've got links to different things that we've all done, different types of themes that can help you with. You add your theme to the Add My Theme Team channel. You'll find that in our Discord. There, it's one of the channels, and in there will be a form, a Google form that looks sort of like this. Can I do the forms? Let's do forms. Forms.google. Add My Theme Team. And it's pretty straightforward. Again, one of the key things, make sure your team's got to be created and live. It should be compliant with your theme rules, all 26 players. And then a key caveat, do not ever link your main team on the friends list. Again, we want to make the competition. This should not be a way to you to boost a main team that you're going through. This is just, again, competition for this. And then just username, theme description, your Discord name, your Twitch name, and if you're in a league currently, go into your league, tell what level you're at, and if you're a rookie, I want you to put a link in, and let me show you what that looks like. If you put a link in, you go to main, Perfect Team Universe, and you'll see right here, I'm in Iron 152. It's highlighted in the center of the sea of hexagons. So again, main, Perfect Team, Universe. Takes you to this page, and then you click on this. When you click on this, it opens up a text version of the league, which looks like this. I can do this. Ugh. And that allows me to track whether you're getting promoted or relegated. Again, getting 200 people to tell me they got promoted or relegated doesn't typically work really well, so I do the work for you. You can help me out by giving me that URL each week so I can go through and see, did you make the playoffs or not, or did you get relegated? So there you go. It's a Cool Ranch Massacre. What did I miss? Yeah, it's a thing. So, and then you add TTC to your theme team's name. And then you got to change your user settings to league placement settings to use friends list. That looks like this. There's the pull down. And then you can add your friends list. On Sunday, I'll ping you when the friend list has been updated. So again, this friends list here will tell you who's all the people at bronze. I'll have a new column here of who's getting promoted or relegated. And the promoted relegations will be there, and you'll know who's going to be in bronze next week, who's going to be silver next week, etc. So there you go. What else do I got for you? So hopefully that's helpful. That was, I can't find who posted that, but hopefully those are the rule. Again, how to get a theme team going in on the league. And again, join us on that. That's kind of the, take a screenshot, grab it, run. I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'll probably make it a shorter version of it so you guys can play with it and have that as a kind of primer that we'll give to people. But there's that. So let me go through. I'm going to do a little more here. I got some other slides. You know, if you guys didn't notice, there's something else going on. Again, we got theme teams going all the time here, but we've got something else going on that is kind of fun. I've got a tourney. The EVC's Bagels and Schmear tourney. That is firing if you can be lucky enough to get into it. And again, yeah, your mileage will vary based on, sometimes you need to refresh on your devices. Sometimes, again, I don't know. You just need enough starter cards to qualify the theme. Yeah, it's the hard part, starting. But join us in the Daily Bagels and Schmear with EVC and NYC Perfect Draft. Fires every day at 10 a.m. Historical cards only. No DH. I'm going to try to rotate to different New York City stadiums. I'm going to do much like Laptop Hound does. The more that you win, at the end of each calendar month, we'll pick a winner. So 5 points for first place, 3 points for second place, third or fourth gets 1 point. The most points gets 20 packs. Any top tour finish will be in a random drawing for 5 packs, and the most defeats of an EVC team will get 5 packs. So, how'd I come up with this? I don't know. It's just like bagels and schmear. I'm gonna have it during brunch hour so I can talk about it in streams on Saturdays and on Wednesdays. And in New York City, I don't know. I enjoy a good bagel and schmear. We have a handy dandy sheet. I have right here the bagels and schmear leaderboard. So I think I just did bagel. Does that work, or is it bagels? I think with bagels. There's the link. You can come see along. Here are all the winners so far of the bagels and schmear. Shout out to Hawkeye Hellraisers, the Sundown Sloss, and the Danger Noodles winning the first 3. Each have 5 points. And a separate shout out, beaten by me in the upper right corner there, which is kind of hard to see on screen, but Seattle Grunge, the Sharp-Bone Links of Chess Safari, and the Cloudsdale Wonderbolts, who took 3rd or 4th place in this today's, also beat me in this league. So you each get a point as well. Share some bagels with the rest of the class? That's the idea. At the end of the month, we'll share some bagels, and we'll get some. We'll even splurge for some locks. I was going to track down the World Series MVP. We've got the 87 Doc Gessler, the 93 Nap Lodgeway, and the 83 Dave Robertson were the MVPs so far. So kind of enjoy that as you go along. And so that we'll be doing that. So check in on that. We'll be continually covering the Bagels and Schmear leaderboard as we go along. And again, congratulations to, this is the current leaderboard, Sundown Sloss, Hawkeye Hellraisers, Danger Noodles in the lead, 1972's, the Lakeside Fictions, the Eugene Elmerals tied for 4th. What else we got here? I'm going to take this and record. All these recordings now are going to be available on YouTube. If you don't get to see it live and you want to, if it's easier for you to see stuff on YouTube, we do have a YouTube channel. Go check it out. I'm just basically going to copy some stuff over there. I will try to do some tutorials or other things around theme teams at some point. So if you have ideas for tutorials you'd like to see on theme teams, I'll be glad to add those and post those up as well. We've got, what else do I got here? I've got a thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channels. We have 72 subscribers now, which is insane. Getting my fat head out of this picture here. Let's get this out of the way. There we go. Thank you to all our subscribers supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. I want to give a big shout out to recent resubs: Cubs Fan 23 Steve, Doc Holliday, Ezra Denny, Don't Get the D-Block Dragon, The Real Teddy O, Captain Kegleg, Fred the Baker, and brand new subscribers, Absurd Doctor and Lowly Worm. Thank you so much. Yo Dodger Bob, 5 gift subs, Nazbase 3, and Captain Kegleg giving out 2 in the last week or so. I want to thank you all for that. And there's so many people that I had to continue the checklist on and make a 3rd checklist. I got to collect them all. So again, if you're subscribing to the channel, you get all these wonderful emotes, and we'll be adding more. I need to get some bagels in, I guess, at some point, right? Bagels with schmear. So check that out. Again, we'll be back on Wednesday. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do every Wednesday. We have a Guess the Set giveaway. There's new content every Wednesday. We go through and come up with some bunk ideas of what might be coming out. You get to choose and select and guess. And if you're best at guessing, you could win 20 packs for guessing, 5 packs for 2nd place. And we have tiebreakers that we use almost every week on this one. We'll be back. That's Wednesday. And then Saturday, we do Rip a Pack-a-Palooza. We'll rep the packs across all of our theme teams. And if you guess the packs, we'll do a giveaway around that. So that starts at Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be back here on this channel Monday. We'll do the 2024 postseason and also introduce some more of the new theme teams that come out next week. Pork Dog, thank you so much for your 2nd month of subscribing. I really appreciate you dropping the prime down on this. Thank you so much, my friend. Always a lot of fun doing theme teams, and you as a community, the creativity is so much fun to share and do, and it's a labor of love for me. So thank you so much for the sub and support, and all you guys for being here as long as you have. There are so many streamers. It's hard to keep track of them all. What MMO type each subscriber is? Nazbase. That's right. I've got my PBE Sim player. I've got two players. I've got my PBE sim. Right, you can join and make this. I did that wrong. PBE. I've got my Enrique Von Caliente player coming up on the PBE. I've got Eric Von Cola on the EMLB Miami team. I've got the Edgar Von Heimdallr on the EMLB Kansas City team that Minerva manages. So I've got some themes in different leagues. Ezra Denny is going to be on later tonight in about an hour and a half. He does this every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and Friday night. I guess he's not on tonight. It's Monday night. He's not on tonight. Doing his 1959 San Francisco Giants season sim, Laptop Hound. I think I've updated the times on this, so check all his different posts. I'll be on a pregame show for him before Twipped, 11 a.m. on Thursday. Dr. Dynastic, I don't even have all the right times. He's streaming all the time. You can always follow Dr. Dynastic. DeSweegee's back with Colorado Rockies starting on Saturday at 2 p.m. Cavicom on Sundays, 10 a.m. till his playoffs are over across his different teams. Ukraine, good to see Ukraine back last Saturday night doing some Saturday Night Baseball, playing around the new PT25. Great to have her back in the fold and streaming. Always a lot of fun to see Ukraine. Doug of the D-Block Dragon, Wednesday and Fridays now, early mornings, in addition to his Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, getting the party started for you if you want to wake up early, get some drops. Nurse Bianco with his Major League Managers League. Take a screenshot. Attica Online's got his TLDR League, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m., and the Bull League, multiple nights a week. Also, don't forget these other wonderful guys that just have different schedules. They'll be at different times. I Rock This, Nazbase, friend of the stream, DA186 with the theme team. Nazbase's theme team's coming in. AZ Axel with his Backyard Project League. Spore, of course, you know. And then Escape Velocity, I haven't seen in ages. There are 18 different affiliates right now that you can get drops from. So it's hard to go a day without getting some drops. So get in there, take a screenshot, follow these people. It's a great, wonderful community, and you make it so. So we and you, it's symbiotic. It's awesome. And that's all I got, guys. So I want to thank everyone for being here. It's been a wonderful night. I'll see you again on Monday night, every Monday night at this time, after Monday Night Baseball. And we've got Guess the Set. I have no idea what new content's coming out. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what we get. Shall we raid? Where do you guys want to go? Who is raidable right now? Let's see if I can find the raid button and who to go to. Dr. Greenleaf, good to see you, my friend. I see Alf is live. Let's see. It looks like Respawn is on. My goodness, does Respawn have drops? I haven't seen Respawn since the launch in PT24. Holy cow. Well, let's keep this on trucking then. I don't see... Yeah, unless you guys want to go see... I mean, I think Laptop On might still be doing the NHL. I will typically go to him or Attica, but they're neither on. So, yeah, let's go Respawn. Respawn reappeared. And see what he's doing. He's doing the Expansion Montreal franchise. So if you still need drops, let's take you on over to Respawn. I haven't seen him in ages. And have a good time. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you all again Wednesday at noon. Again, follow the YouTube channel. The giveaway we do on Wednesday is open for like 24 hours. So even if you don't watch it at noon exactly to get all my bunk and to get in first, he's not wearing shoes. He never wears shoes. You know that, Rob Deer in the Headlights. It goes on, so make sure you hang out. Dr. Dynastic, thank you again for the raid. I want to thank all the brand new followers. It's insane to me how many people followed now. Got like 16 new followers tonight. Again, thank you for the subscriptions. You guys are awesome. Let's go raid, shall we? Have a great night, everybody. Rolling. Thank you for again, Dr. Dynastic. You guys were awesome. Dr. Dynastic, can I pay you something to make the Dodgers win a game in that series? Take care, everybody. Have a great one. See you on Wednesday at noon.
for the raid, dude. I appreciate that. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for the raid. How'd the stream go? How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody just missed our first naming ceremony of the first year.
Dude. I appreciate that.
Montreal Expos